WYOU Sports presents the High School Game of the Week.
Welcome back to Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium. JR leading Myers 14-0. First down is Ferrugio. Spins his way out to the 27-yard line. If you notice during the course of the broadcast that we're mentioning a number of the same players, it's because a lot of these guys are going both ways. How about GAR? They have 6 guys: Janoski, Jackson, Falcone, Sarawan, Costello, Wickheiser, all playing offense and defense. And then for Myers, look at the group here: Hilbert, Ferrugio, Mashinsky, Jordan, Zwiebel, so on and so forth. Fourth quarter, this could be a problem, JP?
I think that's hurt Myers in the last few games. Not enough guys going both ways. They're tired.
Hilbert to throw under pressure. Janik in pursuit. Hilbert throws. Incomplete. Ferrugio, the fullback, the intended receiver. Hilbert goes down hard. Far side on the track, getting up very slowly.
Well, one thing they've complained about Hilbert this year, they want him to throw this ball when he's getting sacked way back here, and he's done it there. Right now, boom, he gets hit on the sideline, looks like by Harold Jackson. In the old days, he would have been right through that fence. Now, they've moved it back farther now with the new turf. But, that would have really hurt him. And still, that's a bad spot.
And they have Harold for a personal foul penalty.
As it should be. That was a little too late.
Didn't see the flag, but it was obvious. It's 15 yards and a first down. Gets Myers out of a hole.
Jack Thomas threw that flag. He was right on the play.
So Myers with some room now. Good field position. They're at their own 41-yard line. First down, opening minute here in the second quarter. Jackson very active on both sides of the football. A little too active that time.
Playing linebacker today.
A couple of Wilkes-Barre schools. The rivalry is a hot one. It's Mashinsky outside, breaks a tackle, puts his head down. Ball comes loose. Wickheiser, 45, comes up to make the tackle. Let's take a look at the numbers on that scoring drive. Another good one by JR. 8 plays, 58 yards, time of possession, 4 minutes, 13 seconds. Janoski with the touchdown run.
So compared both times, John, they've had the ball over 9 minutes.
Total yards in that first quarter, 137 for JR. Myers with just 9.
They can't get their offense on track yet.
Second down and 10. Mashinsky, the 40. Once again stood up, 44-yard line. Tough going for Mashinsky, and now some pushing and shoving. Some words being said down there. Wickheiser again involved. Mashinsky's a big kid at 6'1", 206, a senior, but he just hasn't had any running room yet.
Shudak comes around the corner. The best lineman is Shudak. He comes out there trying to block Wickheiser, but 3 or 4 guys. Falcone in there, Thea de Graaf Reed up on top. And little pushing going on in there, and Mashinsky grabbed the little leg of Wickheiser. We saw that. Good shot, guys.
We have it on tape. Third down. Hilbert looking, throwing out to the flat. Incomplete. And now Mashinsky takes a swat at de Graaf Reed. That was uncalled for. De Graaf Reed, good coverage. Let up on the hit. Incomplete, fourth down.
I think Mashinsky's a little frustrated now. He's so used to running that ball well and getting a lot of yardage, and Myers' offense is just not on track. JR's playing excellent defense, and that could be trouble in this game. Some other refs in the game: Sean Moran, son of Joe Moran, who's the head of the officials in the league here, does a great job with those guys, and former Coughlin coach.
Here's a reminder that we will be rebroadcasting this afternoon's game Sunday morning, 2:30 a.m. immediately following Star Trek Voyager. That's a rebroadcast of this afternoon's game in its entirety. Sunday morning, 2:30 a.m. right here on TV 22 WYOU. Lotta to boot it away into the wind. Short kick, no bounce, goes out of bounds, 34-yard line. JR with a good start once again here in the second quarter. It's a punt of 23 yards with no return.
I'm kind of surprised Hilbert isn't punting today. He's a decent punter, and maybe sometimes that usually means some kind of a pulled muscle in the leg. And in this kind of weather, you don't want him to punt if he's your quarterback.
Well, JR has yet to punt away the football. 2 possessions.
I think
in the opening quarter and 2 scores.
I think the coaches are discussing with JR, you guys better settle down. We don't want any fights. We got a nice lead here.
First and 10 for the Grenadiers. Counter play to Graffenried. Slips down at the 31-yard line. He'll lose a couple second down.
I don't think anybody hit him on that one, John. I think he just fell down.
His sneakers and cleats caught up on the new turf here.
Well, last night Coughlin wore sneakers, and it was a little slick last night with a little bit of a drizzle, and they were slipping around here with a great win over Valley West last night here.
Yeah, congratulations to a number of teams last night. Abington Heights, Dunmore, Valley View, all the tri-champions in that Big 11. Out of the eye to Graffenried, follows Jackson, spins, 35-yard line. Third down.
Number 3 knockdown for Harold Jackson. Meyers went down again. Harold knocked down a defensive end. You'll see Harold come to the right here. Watch this block. Boom, right down. The Graffenried should have cut it right. He has to keep his head up just a little bit more. He goes to the side. Nice run, though.
If I'm Harold Jackson, I'm sending the tape of this first half all over the country. He's been running it, blocking, doing a job of defense. 3rd and 9 for GAR. Janoski looking, throwing. Falcone is there. Complete in the first down, 34-yard line of Myers. He just went up and got it.
So I think he was a second receiver. I think Janik was the #1 receiver on that, and he was covered pretty well. He takes the secondary receiver doing a post pattern. Here we go, fakes to Harold up inside, which holds the linebacker.
Slow developing, too.
He looks off Janik. Now he throws to the middle, and I tell you, Falcone goes and gets this ball, jumps the highest point in his hands.
Falcone, the best receiver. That's a pickup of 31 yards. 1st and 10, GAR. They're moving again. To Graffenried at the 30. Knocked out at the 26. Pickup of 9 on the play. 2nd down. He's got a little bounce in his step to Graffenried.
Harold again kicking out. This time the Graffenried reads a hook by Harold. Harold kicked out, gets some yards, and gets out of bounds. I think one thing, John, that's really a factor in this game is Janik is playing, which means Sauerwein doesn't have to play tight end, goes to wing, and Falcone goes back to split end, which makes him a more balanced offense.
That's a good point, JP. Mike Namey and his staff calling a timeout, trying to stop the momentum of GAR right now.
That's Dave Tosh, defensive coordinator, who was with Bill Jones and I at Crestwood. Good young coach, teaches up at Freeland MMI and drives on here to Myers to coach every day. That's the devoted guy.
And speaking of good coaches, our best wishes go out to Jack Henses, the Dunmore head coach, this afternoon. He was stricken in the 4th quarter of last night's ball game with Valley View, taken to Mercy Hospital, where he is in stable condition, intensive care unit. He is undergoing tests. We hope if Jack's watching this afternoon's ball game, we see him back on the sidelines. And congratulations on that big win last night over Valley View.
Great win and a great guy, and that guy's been in coaching a long time. He's a super coach.
Well, this Myers team has dedicated their season to one of their teammates who passed away in the preseason. His name, Jimmy Burden, a sophomore. There you see the Myers locker room, the cubicle once occupied by Jimmy Burden, who collapsed following a practice in the preseason. Each victory that Myers attains this season, game ball, goes right in Jimmy Burden's locker.
He's a fine young man.
2nd and 1, Janoski, pump action. Falcone is out there. Touchdown, GAR. 26-yard touchdown play.
Out and up. Falcone just runs under it. Boy, are they mixing it up today. They are on their game.
Just a little simple pump fake. Falcone, blazing speed, gets behind the corner.
Little fake, which makes the D-back bite. Just lays it up. 2nd time in a row now. Falcone runs under a ball. Touchdown. Beautiful play.
8:10 to go, 2nd quarter. GAR leading it 20-0. They're the home team in this ball game, and they're looking for 2 more. Come out in the eye with the slot to the near side. Janoski keeps it, spins it. Myers unable to stop GAR this afternoon. 8:10 to go, 2nd quarter. Grenadiers lead now at 22-0.
three-point play, what they've done is they put two guys way out on twins to spread Meyers out, and they run an option, which I thought they would on that play, and Janoski keeps it up for the 2.
Alex Janoski once again doing it all. Showing a good arm, good touch.
It's been a tough week for Meyers. You know, Mike Namey hasn't been feeling really well, checked himself into the hospital during the week, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with the practice session. And with Quentin Harris, their big play man being out, they're hurting a little bit. They really got to regroup and get themselves back in gear.
You see Mike Namey talking to his defensive unit.
He's a very positive guy, Mike Namey, and because I worked Unico with Mike Namey, and everything we did at practice, he was just so positive about. One night we only had 13 guys there. I said, but Mike, we're not going to get much out of this. He said, oh, yes, we will.
Impresses me as a guy who pays attention to detail. There you see the scoring drive by JR, just 5 plays this time, 66 yards. Falcone and Janoski hooking up for that 26-yard touchdown.
Another squib kick. Moore got it.
So thus far, Meyers just doesn't look like they are ready to go. Let's see if they can get a spark here in the second quarter. Certainly they need some points on the board before they head in at halftime.
They've got some tools left here. Verugio's a tough fullback, unheralded guy. Mashinsky's getting close to 1,000 yards. Zweibel's an excellent receiver, and Hilbert's a good quarterback, so they got to use him.
Hilbert to throw. Across the middle. It's complete.
To Jones, tight end.
Todd Jones, just a sophomore, 6 foot, 165 pounds.
Well, Jones is filling in for Lissman. What he'll do is he drags right across the middle, waiting for the linebackers to drop deep. Makes a nice reception. Young guy hasn't played much this year.
Harold Jackson playing linebacker, waiting there to put the tight end away.
Nice hit by Harold.
Pick up a 9 on that play. 2nd down and 1. 7:35 to go second quarter. Glad you could join us this afternoon. Mashinsky looking for the first down. It appears GAR is just keying on the tailback. Let's check in with Andy Palumbo. Andy?
John, what do you tell your team when you're down by 3 touchdowns in the first half? I listened into a Mike Namey huddle a couple of minutes ago. He said defensively, we've got to hit him up front. We've got to hit him fast. And offensively, we have to be patient. Back to you.
So it's a bit too early, I guess, in Mike Namey's book to throw away the game plan and start doing some of the other things that you're really not capable of doing.
We wanted to go back to the wing T set today, and so far it's not really clicking.
1st and 10. Hilbert to throw on 1st down, incomplete. Zweibel, the intended receiver, 2nd down. What did you used to tell your team when they were down 3 touchdowns in the second quarter?
I was never down 3 touchdowns in the second.
I knew you were going to say that.
Can't relate to that. Zweibel's an excellent receiver. He's one of the top 10 ranked receivers in the league, and without Quentin Harris in there, you know Zweibel's going to be the #1 man they're going to today.
Boys, that graphic says it all. GAR with a dozen 1st downs in this opening half. Hilbert to throw again. Zweibel, 1st down, 45-yard line. Good timing pattern. Whitaker comes along to put him away. So the Mohawks in GAR territory with the 1st down.
Well, Zweibel never got enough credit before when Quentin Harris was around, and both should have got the credit. And a nice play here. Whitaker, it's over the head of Whitaker and in front of Wickheiser. These guys are flying around. Nice tackle by Whitaker.
Nice timing pattern. He threw that ball before Zweibel made his cut. You see Zweibel, not a big kid, 5'10", 153. Wing to the near side. 1st and 10, 45 at GAR. That's Verugio. Look at a big fullback. Close to the marker. Looking for a spark. Zweibel and Verugio may be the 2 guys.
Well, Verugio's a tough kid. He likes to block. He really enjoys it. Both shoulders are black and blue right now from the power game they've been running. He deserves the ball a little bit. And he has excellent balance coming through. Shoulders are square, head is up, and he's trying to kick that leg free.
Good second effort. Pick up a 9. 2nd down and 1. 5:57 on the clock. Out of the eye. Garrett goes in motion. Mashinsky has running room. He's at the 30. Mashinsky, 25, 24-yard line, and a 1st down.
This is the Meyers offense we expected to see today. They intended to run the ball a lot against GAR, and they felt GAR's defense couldn't be able to handle their run, but they have so far. Here we go, nice kick out.
Good block by Verugio.
Verugio had to hook him, and so Mashinsky bounces it outside. Mashinsky's they're talking about being an Ivy League player, and you see University of Delaware is also very interested.
1st and 10 for the Mohawks with a power eye. Mashinsky to the 20.
They're coming off the ball now. They're going behind Mike Cairns and Eric Shudak, the right guard and right tackle, their 2 best linemen. They're firing out. Cairns is 6'2", 265. Shudak 6'1", 260. They're not quite Stumps and they're not quite Redwoods. We don't know what in between there is.
Pick up at 3. Myers has called a timeout. Janik hobbles to the sideline for GAR.
Bad back.
Myers going to talk about it right now.
And Jerome McClough comes in for him, number 50.
Odd time for a timeout. They have the momentum, moving the football.
GAR starting to alternate a lot of guys on defense. Maybe they're getting a little bit tired, even though they're winning. Get some fresh guys in there.
Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime and the LT Verastro Arizona Iced Tea at the half. We'll have the Friday night scoreboard. Myers and GAR high school bands are Friday featured highlights. That's Valley View and Dunmore, as well as the first half stats and highlights from our game here today. So stay tuned. That's all coming your way at halftime.
And I never would have predicted that Dunmore win over Valley View last night. Jack Hendricks did a terrific job. I know the game we had was a terrific. He did a great job coaching against Scranton Prep
Valley
that day.
View just couldn't hold on to the football last night.
No.
And Dunmore really had them off balance, just the way they came out. Forgione
Gallagher
ran back that kick, the long completion of Beetle right off the bat, and the Cougars were backpedaling.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Forgione was inspired last night. He was playing tough.
You see some of the numbers and some of the featured players in this ball game. Hilbert on a keeper, and now the pitch. Mashinsky cuts it back. Mashinsky at the 18-yard line, but penalty flags on the play.
Well, Todd Jones tried to make a block out here, and he clipped Wickheiser, and it was really a nice effort on Todd Jones's part, but he couldn't get his head in front. Run an option. Hilbert's coming down, looking to read the defensive end. He's in the grafts now, which is really good. Right here. Ooh, I don't know about that block. I'll tell you, when a guy hits a guy on his shoulder in a side like that, I think that's okay.
The officials do not agree, JP.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was a nice effort by Todd Jones, a sophomore, in his first start here.
So the penalty on the play brings it back to the 36-yard line. Let's watch it from another angle.
Jones's head here. Hilbert goes down. Nope, it's in the back of the head. Officials were right. Son of a gun.
JP apologizes.
Yes, I do, guys. You guys are taping the game. I'm sorry. It was close.
So now Myers in a passing situation. 2nd down and 22. Clock at 4:40 to go before halftime. They trail it 22-0. Hilbert, straight drop, looking, throwing for Schwabel. Again, Wickheiser, good coverage, overthrown, 3rd down.
Well, Wickheiser is not going to let Zweibel beat him deep. It's the second time, the same kind of play. Last time Wickheiser intercepted it. Brian Hilbert's just throwing that ball a little too far. Hilbert, by the way, his father's the AD here, was a great wrestling coach at Myers, and worked with me a long time ago at Plains Junior High School.
That is a long time ago.
Oh, at Plains High School even. That's farther long ago.
Hilbert, 39 of 77, 115 yards and 6 touchdowns coming in. 3rd and 22. Hilbert with screen. Whitaker comes up, tackles Mashinsky at the 38, 4th down. Loss on the play.
David Moore just did not block Wayne Whitaker out there. It's a great play for Wayne. Wayne's really worked his way into a starting job this year at JR. Worked very hard for it, went to camp, and wanted to be an outside linebacker.
If somebody blocks Whitaker, this goes for a lot of yardage.
There's no one else out here but
Set
these
up
two
nicely.
guys. Linebackers have dropped deep. Whitaker just beats Moore's block and makes a heck of a play.
Harold Jackson was out there at about the 25-yard line, but he was triple team. So Whitaker doesn't make the play. Mashinsky goes for big yardage. 4th down. Myers will go for it. Hilbert, play action. On the run. He's going to keep it. GAR gang tackling. Knockabout of bounds at the 35. Hilbert having some conversation with some of the Grenadiers.
I bet.
Not a good idea on that sideline.
Hilbert's a tough kid. He's a real good wrestler at Myers. Went to regionals last year, and he doesn't take any bull from anybody.
Good coverage in the secondary.
He has some time right here, but he said there's good coverage, and he can't see anybody, so he's trying to run. I said this is the knock on Hilbert a lot of times. A lot of times, too many east and west runs instead of north and south.
At time just scrambling for his life. Goes out of bounds at the 35, where GAR takes over on downs, and plenty of time to punch another one in. 1st and 10. Wing to the far side. Counter play to Graffenried. Knocked out at the 39.
Myers has been changing the defenses up here, John. They've been in a 50 look and a 43 look and a 4-4 look, trying to confuse GAR, but with 22 points on the board, it hasn't confused them too much.
Myers 6-3 overall, 4-3 in the conference. GAR also 4-3 in the conference. There you see the numbers on the quarterbacks and how they're throwing the football this afternoon. Janoski's been perfect thus far.
Very selective.
Sauerwein in motion to Graffenried. Always looking to bounce to the outside. That time, maybe a yard.
Well, there was really no hole there anywhere because Myers played a real good defense. They all plugged it up in there. Shudak was real tough in that time. Meyers was tough. There's nowhere to go.
Janoski on the sidelines, talking to Charlie Fick, bringing in the 3rd down play. They need about 4 or 5 for a 1st down.
Well, they're not moving Myers at all, and he bounces out here. Here's Hilbert just waiting for him on the outside. Hilbert doesn't play a lot of defense, and see Ismail Garrett jumping in also.
3rd down and 5, GAR, slat to the far side. Sauerwein in motion. Janoski, the keeper. Janoski, the 1st down. 48-yard line.
That was a great fake to Harold up inside. Everybody jumps all over Harold Jackson that time, as you'd expect. Janoski pulls it out and keeps it himself for good yardage. Here we go. Sets it up with a real nice fake. I mean, Harold almost pulled that ball out of his hands. I don't know how Janoski kept it.
He's made all the right reads in this 1st half.
Yes, he has.
Such a good fake. There were 5 guys who tackled Harold Jackson. Penalty flag on the play.
Too many men on the field for Myers, I believe. Sean Moran called it on the far sideline.
Let's see what Jack Thomas has to say. It is against Myers.
Good ball, foul. Illegal substitution. On the goal. Take 1st down.
Good job, Kojak.
If Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Bill Cowher was here, he'd have a picture made and then bring it to the attention of the officials.
That was different.
5-yard penalty, 1st down and 5. Ball now at the 48 of Myers. Showing blitz again, here they come. Janoski will keep it and get some positive yardage to the 38-yard line and a 1st down.
Excellent blocks out there by Harold Jackson. Davies is doing a great job. I'm watching him pull all day long today. Comes around the corner. Harold's out here. Harold's going to block one guy there, then turn back and block another one. You still see Harold blocking on your left. Janoski's, he's doing a job.
A lot of missed tackles by Myers. 1st and 10. GAR driving. Janoski, keeper, 35. Stops on a dime to the 30. Pick up a 7 on the play. Janoski is dancing on the turf.
They just can't stop. It's tough to stop Jay. You've got to stop the triple option. You've got to either stop Harold Jackson on the dive, Janoski on the keeper, DeGraffenried on the pitch. They're not even watching pitch here. He's not even thinking about it. That time Costello went out to the left and kicked out the defensive end. Janoski was free to run. Costello's father, you know, is the head of the Keystone Games, Owen Costello, and then a big school board member here in Wilkes-Barre.
Well, there you see the District 2 Class 3A playoff picture. Berwick undefeated at 10-0. They will open up next week with Honesdale, who beat Old Forge last night. Scranton Prep blew a 22-12 lead against Scranton High School, so that knocked them out of the District 2 playoff tournament. So it's Berwick and Honesdale. You'll see that game live next Saturday here on WYOU. Valley View will open with Wallen-Pompack. If you were to look ahead, possibly Berwick and Valley View looks like the odds-on favorite. But next Saturday right here, the District 2 Class 3A semifinal. Honesdale once again returning to Berwick. That's a tough chore. You can see it right here on WYOU starting at high noon. Last year, Honesdale Went down to Crispin Field first time and they were blown out. They have a number of the same players back. The experience would have to help.
Taryn Ash is not there.
Taryn Ash is not there. Second down. Janoski throwing for Jackson out in the flat, incomplete. Third down. Had Falcone deep, Jackson about mid-range, but overthrew it. Penalty flag. Back of the 38 could be a hold.
There's a flag in a bad spot back here. See, Harold's going to fake and come through the line, called a bench pattern, where he runs right towards the bench. He was open. Janoski just overthrew it a little bit.
It's one of the first poor throws by Janoski. 3 of 4 for 72 yards thus far. He's also accounted for 72 yards rushing. 144 yards of total offense for the senior quarterback.
On the blue. Second down.
Janoski was pitching a perfect game up until that one.
So the ball is moved back to the 45-yard line. We're looking at second down and 17 for GAR. Minute 15 to go before halftime. They lead it 22-0. They'll work out of the eye. Janoski pulls it out, now looks to throw, floats it out there, Falcone, incomplete, he was there.
That was a nice play. Falcone just kind of got out of his rhythm of running that time. I thought he could have ran under that one.
Floated it out there, Falcone with the outstanding speed, trying to run under it just a bit too far.
The ball's led a little bit, and it just wasn't a smooth run for Falcone. You know, there's a big auto accident right before the Crestwood game with the JR kids in it that went on a recruiting trip to see Pitt in Miami. And Harold Jackson and Janoski and DeGraff Raid were in an accident, and it's a very, very close call. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. Harold was slightly injured in the accident.
Luckily, they escaped serious injury, and they're back out here playing this afternoon. Here comes the blitz, blind side. Janoski goes down, ball is loose, and the Mohawks have recovered. First turnover. Blind side heat, Shudak on the recovery.
Hilbert hit him from the back. He stunned the quarterback and an outside linebacker blitz and got the other quarterback in the back.
Let's look at it once again. Janoski didn't hear the footsteps.
Not even looking behind it all. Here comes Hilbert, bearing down, tackles him around the hips. Ball gets loose. Shudak on the ball. 52
seconds to go. Hilbert to the air, throws, Schwabel, complete, gets out of bounds. First down at the 31.
Well, as we mentioned before, Wickheiser is not going to get beat deep by Schwabel, so he's going to give him that throw in front of him, and especially at this point in the game, he'll give him that one.
Hilbert with a good throw, right on the money. Him and Schwabel have been on the same page. This is, again, a timing pattern out of the shotgun.
Schwabel has great hands. I've watched, I think I'm down at this stadium almost every Friday night watching a game, and I've seen him make some great catches.
Wickheiser got turned around on the play. 1st and 10 at the 31. 45 seconds on the clock. Hilbert under pressure, goes down. Sarawat on the sack, back of the 45.
Sarawat is one of their sack leaders, and he comes tough. He's a skinny guy, but he plays defensive end and takes on fullbacks all the time. Hilbert's dropping back. Deep drop, looks like kind of a screen type drop. He drops outside. Sarawat does not leave him go.
It's a 14-yard loss on the play. Timeout down on the turf. 24 seconds to go before halftime. Meyers facing 3rd and very long.
Well, you know, if the Q was here, if Quentin Harris was here, he'd get the ball in this type of situation on a wing-back reverse or a shovel pass or that fly that they've been famous for.
Well, it really bogs down their offense, not as multi-dimensional as it has been in the past, and Harris having an outstanding season up until the time of his injury.
He was. He's a real quick guy with great hands, and he played a lot of different positions for them. They're split end, tight end, wing back, half back, depending on what kind of play they had in mind, and without him in there, it kind of limits him.
Meyers involved in one of the great high school football games of this season, a 37-36 defeat to Dallas early on in the season. There you see.
There's the cue.
Quentin Harris wearing his jersey, but
and he got national exposure with the Rocket was talking about him on TV in an interview.
An interview with me.
Hey, that was you?
At the Meadowlands. He was telling
I knew that guy.
He was urging him on to beat Dallas.
Rocket and some other guy.
Rocket had a big night against the New York Jets. Graffenried on the blitz. Hilbert throws, and it's complete. This is Garrett. Still on his feet, goes down, 25-yard line. Short of the first down, 14 seconds on the clock, and it continues to run.
No huddle.
Hilbert throws it down, so it will be 4th down. 4 seconds on the clock. They get one shot at the end zone.
Well, the new spike rule makes things interesting now. They just drop back and push that ball down, and they get the timeout they really needed without calling a timeout.
Right here, send 3 guys down into the end zone, throw it up there.
Well,
It's at the 25-yard line.
Leapers.
Could do some crossing stuff in the middle as well. Out of the shotgun. Garrett and Schweibel are the wide receivers. Hilbert throws it up. Out of bounds. Good toss. Schweibel was there. He is just out of bounds. So this first half comes to a close. GAR all over Myers. 22-0. Charlie Fick just has to be delighted with the way his team has come out and played football in this first half.
They've dominated the game offensively the whole game, defensively, except for this last run by Myers. JR's been the kingpin here.
Charlie Fick talking to Harold Jackson, and now he's talking with our own Andy Palumbo. Gentlemen.
Charlie, a very impressive first half against the Myers team that's better than what we've seen today. How did you pull it off?
Andy, I'll tell you what, I'm not as surprised about what our offense could do, but what our defense has done today. We've shut down a great Myers offense, and we're just very pleased with that right now.
But Myers is a very good first half team. They've scored most of their points in the first half so far this year. Tell me about what you did defensively to put it to them.
All that we told our seniors is that this is their last game, and that's it, and they know it, and they're playing their hearts out. And I said I can't go back and say enough about the way our seniors are playing on defense right now.
A lot of motivation. Coach Fick, good first half. Good luck in the second half. Let's take it up to John and JP.
So it's time for Mike Namey to make some adjustments at halftime to get that offense in gear.
A lot of work to be done, and you're exactly right. Offense must move for Myers or it's over.
It is halftime. JR leading Myers 22-0. We'll be back with halftime activities right after this.